All right, Sachin, let's start with your introduction first. Introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Sachin Raghav. So basically, I belong to Volleyball district of Uttar Pradesh. So where I have done my primary education. So then I moved to Delhi, where I have done my graduation in electronic science from Delhi University. So right now I am pursuing B.Ed from Agra University. And sir, along with B.Ed, I also give tuition to few students. And sir, my hobbies include playing volleyball and cooking North Indian food.
Okay, why you are pursuing B.Ed?
Sir, because it helped me to in my preparation of competition. If we go for the MSc in electronics, then it is hamper my preparation for the competition. So I go for that because it is the academic program that gives me the idea about the history of the education in our country, and also in the other dimension also it
Okay, so
helps.
basically, Sachin, you are looking a career in teaching also.
So it is the we can say that the second option.
Okay, that's your plan B. So, Sachin, you mentioned about your district. Can you tell me some three interesting things about your district?
The ancient name of the Firozabad district is Chandravad Nagar, which is changed by the Akbar's Mansabdar, that is the Firoz Shah in 1966. So along with this, it is a city which is famous for the glass vehicles, and sir, it is situated on the Yamuna River.
All right. Sachin, see, your academic background, that's electronical engineering, right?
Sir, not engineering, sir. It is a Bachelor of
Electric
Science.
science. Okay. So what specific you do in this?
So basically, in the BSc, we are studying about the field of science in which the we have make aware about the in the field of electronics with the level of electrons and and their various applications in various devices.
Okay, so see, I'm more concerned about how this role will be useful in EPFO or your profile as an enforcement officer. How you see how this knowledge or this academic background will help you?
Sir, because we are seeing that the EPFO is day by day is become sir digitally and electrically advanced, and these are the change which are comes in the EPFO. Sir, I use my experience during my graduation in adopt these changes easily.
Uh, that's all. That's all. That's all. What you will be able to contribute in EPFO with respect to your academics.
Along with this, one aspect is also during the inspection, because if the any technical term that is related to the electronics, like the electronic machineries which are used in the establishment so oftenly, then
All right, Sachin, then let's talk about the application or e-governance in EPFO. As you said, it will be useful. So tell me what kind of a e-governance initiative EPFO has taken since last 2 years?
So the EPFO roll out the various online schemes. Like now, the employer have the option to register their establishment with EPFO online, and now the file of the claim of settlement backed by the universal account number, which is also on the online. And so along with this, sir, the various types of compliances that earlier traditionally we are following the paper methods. Now we are shift to the electronic mode.
Okay, so can you specifically tell me the scheme which you are referring? You are right with respect to your approach for e-governance, but I specifically want the name of the scheme. Can you tell me the name?
Sir, I think it is the universal account number, which is linked to the multiple IDs of the employee when they are switching from the one job to another, and they are same during their whole working life. So in this direction, this is the e-governance initiative that is rolled out by the EPFO.
Okay, let me be little specific. I'm specifically asking you initiative of EPFO with respect to a mobile application, which make it easier for the subscriber to see various updates and withdrawal, all other facilities.
I think it is the Umang app in which the various subscriber get the details about their contribution and investment.
All right.
Hello, Sachin.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry, sir. I can.
No issues. How are you?
I'm fine.
So you seem to be quite confident in giving good answers. So now, as you have mentioned in your draft, that your hobbies include playing volleyball and cooking North Indian food.
Yes, sir.
So at what position do you play volleyball?
Sir, I prefer to play as the setter.
At
Near
the-
the set the ball.
As a
Setter.
setter, lifter or setter.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you play volleyball just for the fun, or you have played represented Uttar Pradesh or your state or your school even in some tournaments?
Sir, during my graduation, uh, hold the position of captain in my department team. And sir, if normally I prefer it as a enjoyment and for the refreshment.
Just for the sake of refreshment. Any other
Yes, sir.
sport that you pursued? And
What,
you
sir?
played any other sport that you pursued or you played for your college, your school?
No, sir. I only doing or playing this sport.
So you are more into studies.
Yes, sir. Sir, sir, say that in the middle.
In the middle.
Yes, sir.
So how do you define this middle between the studies and between sports?
Sir, I have to balance when our classes and the practical labs are happening, then I devote my whole time to that, and after that I devote my time to for the volleyball.
Right. So cooking North Indian food.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of North India is too big, yeah. So what kind of food do you cook?
Sir, the typical North Indian thali consists of sir, the roti, dal, chawal, papad, chutney, and along with salad. So, and sir, I'm able to make all of them. And sir, the festival thali that is consist of the puri, kachori, and the kheer, and along with this, sir, various drinks like the lassi and the chach.
So you cook it for yourself or even for celebrations when there's family get together?
No, sir. I'm cook when I have the time, and also when I think that I should.
So
I
what
should cook.
what thing you cook the best?
Sir, I think I cook best the rajma chawal.
Rajma chawal.
Yes, sir.
It's good. Tasty.
So
Good
I
afternoon,
have
sir.
some specific questions. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I have some specific questions with regards to the kind of job you're looking for. So what is your aim otherwise?
Sir, through the EPFO organization, so my aim is to serve the labor force that are basically contribute in our country's economy. And so along with this, uh, I want to take the advantage of this organization to develop myself and learning new things. And I would like to see myself within 5 to 6 years as an assistant provident fund commissioner. And so for that, I am doing work hard and honest to the organization.
Sachin, tell me two things. What is the exact vision of EPFO? What is the vision statement, number one? And what is the mission statement of EPFO?
So the exact wording, sir, I don't know. Sir, I can guess if you permit, sir.
Yeah, please.
So the vision of the EPFO is to cover the large section of the labor force under the EPFO coverage and ensure that their rights should be respected and So vision is this, and the mission is to make the make the services digitally so that large number of people can access them easily.
Sachin, first of all, these are not the exact vision and mission statement that you have just mentioned. Apart from that, tell me, there is a word which is used in vision statement given by EPFO. It is called nirbadh. What does it mean?
Sorry, sir, I have no idea.
That's okay. Okay. Tell me about the service agreement or the service statement of EPFO. Like, what are the service standards? For example, what is the turnaround time if suppose somebody wants to settle a claim? There are different forms which are to be submitted, right? Form 19, Form 31. Do you know what is Form 19 for?
I don't know about the.
Do you know what Form 31 is for?
No, sir.
What is the service standard of EPFO? Are you aware?
Sir, I know about the Form 10C and 10D are there for the claim settlement. What's these, as you mentioned, these forms I'm not aware about that.
So, for example, there is a Form 19 which is for final withdrawal, right? So, for that there is a separate service standard. For 31, there are three things which come under Form 31. They have different service standards. So, turnaround time is different for all of them. It's okay. Otherwise, tell me about the nationwide structure of EPFO.
So first of all, there is a central board of trustee, and the Central Provident Fund Commissioner is the ex officio member, and under which is the executive committee that is chaired by the Central Provident Fund Commissioner, under which there is a additional Central Provident Fund Commissioner, under which a Deputy Provident Fund Commissioner, and under which the Regional Provident Fund Commissioner, and then the Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner, and then enforcement, and the enforcement officer and account officer.
And do we have like zonal offices or district offices? What are the different levels at which the offices are established in different locations of the country?
So there are zonal offices like so my zonal offices is Kanpur, and there is also the regional offices, and so my regional offices is Agra, and the authority, I think the regional offices is assigned to the Regional Provident Fund Commissioner.
So after zonal office, there comes a regional office. After regional office, what is the level at which the office is established?
I'm not very sure, but it is the district office.
Okay, so you're not very sure about it.
Yes, sir.
Never mind. Tell me what is the exact job description, or what is the exact roles that an enforcement officer or an accounts officer has to deal with? Like what is his 8-hour job in a day? What are the core areas of his job?
Sir, if you're talking about the account officer, so it is the desk job, and account officer assigned a particular department, like the law department or the settlement department or the administration department, and they have a particular team that's have to lead by them. Like there is a social security assistance officer and senior social security assistance officer and other staffs also. And for this enforcement officer, it is said that it is the eye and ear of the EPFO department, because it make ensure that every establishment should compliance with the law of the Employee Provident and Miscellaneous Provision Act of 1952. It is also playing various roles by this organization, like as a public relation officer. It is also maintain public relation and address their grievances.
So, Sachin,
Yes, sir.
Sachin, right? So, Sachin, do you think that there is a requirement of an IPL-like league for the revival of volleyball in India?
Sir, there is a pro volleyball league, which is
Does it still exist? Does Pro Volleyball League exist as of now?
sir, it is some dispute. That's why it is a withdrawal. But sir, I think it is in February 2022. Sir, the Pro Volleyball League become a Prime Volleyball League.
So, Prime Volleyball League and Pro Volleyball League aren't they different? Aren't the rules and the for regulations of Pro Volleyball League and Prime Volleyball League different? Structure is also different.
Such details, sir, I don't know, but sir, I know that some new teams are added in this new pro prime volleyball league.
So will it help in the revival of volleyball?
So I think so because sir, right now the EPFO is faces many challenges like sir, there is there is lack of funds, and it is it is totally depend on the government funding, and the DD sports have only telecast the volleyball matches, and nepotism is also in the selection process. And sir, last thing is sir, there is a politics among the office bearer of the Volleyball Federation of India.
Okay. Sachin, tell me any three important news of national level.
Sir, the first thing is, sir, the agriculture department come up with a cultivation of dragon fruits in Gujarat and Haryana. For that, it providing them incentives. And so the number one is this. And so the number two is that there is a there is a report which is the UN report, that is the World Population Prosperity Report, which is also in news. Its national impact is that our country is among the worst performer, and it is also. So I am only recall that.
Okay, you mentioned about the reports. There is one more report that is Global Gender Gap Report.
Yes, sir.
So India has scored a very low rank in this. What is the reason for that?
Sir, there are various reasons. Like firstly, sir, there is societal norms, like the patriarchy society, and sir, the second thing is that because of the lowest labor force participation, because of there is a lack of land and order, insufficient transportation, and along with this, sir, there is a violence against the women, and sir, the gender gap report are on the four parameters, like it is on the education, on the health, and the economic and political position of the women. And we can see
So
that
on which of the parameter India performed the least?
so I think it is the political.
Okay, Sachin, see, you belong to Uttar Pradesh, right? See, in Uttar Pradesh, recently the government has come up with the guidelines in which it says that women should be their working hours should be limited, specifically the evening hours or the night hours. Don't you think it will hamper the women's participation in employment?
Sir, for the safety concerns, we can say that it should be implemented. But for the promotion of the labor force participation, it will be harmful because sir, government should provide the safety for the women so that they can work in the day shift and the night shift.
Okay, so don't you feel it's a failure on the government side? Instead of providing a safety security, they are changing the regulations?
So the government is working in this direction. There are long path to be traveled. I think it's in the coming of years, this situation will be tackled by the government.
Okay, my last question. Tell me the specific provision of Factories Act which deals with the working hours of women.
So the Factory Act talks about any factory can employ a woman only in 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
7 to 7 p.m.
What's up?
That's a limitation. They cannot work in the night shift then?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the extreme cases, it is up to the 10 p.m.
All right. Thank you so much, Sachin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just wait for us wait for a while. We will come with your feedback.
Okay, sir.
Sachin,
Yes, sir.
so are we audible?
Yes, sir.
So Sachin, couple of things that we have discussed about your interview, right? So I'll be jumping in first to give you a bit of feedback. So Sachin, there are certain problems that you are facing as of now. What is the date of your interview, Sachin?
What, sir?
What is the date of your interview?
21st of July.
21st of July. So you still have 7 days, Sachin. So I think you can work on them. So first thing is that you need to work a bit on the flow of your language, right?
So because I am
You take a couple of minutes. Now, what I'm going to tell you is listen to it very carefully. Just whenever someone asks you a question, right? Whenever someone asks you a question, so don't jump in immediately to answer. You can take a break of around, to think a couple of seconds, few seconds, 5, 6 seconds to think and then answer. Right. So that there is a collection of thoughts in your mind and then you can speak. So that will give you time to collect words, which will help you in the flow of your language. Right, Sachin? Second thing is that in maximum of the questions you don't answer specifically. You beat around the bush. Like for example, I asked you a question that do you think there is a requirement of an IPL like league for volleyball? So you said, sir, there is a existence of pro volleyball league, right? And then I talked about prime volleyball, etc., etc. But my question was not that whether there is the league exists or not. My simple question was that whether there is an existence of league. So you should have said, here, sir, there is an existence or there is a requirement of the league which will help volleyball grow in such manner. And then you could have said, yes, there is an existence of such league, be it pro volleyball league or be it prime volleyball league. Right. So in many of the questions, this is the problem that you don't go specifically or answer specifically what is asked. Right. So that can go against you a bit. And the third thing is that the last question that sir asked you about the women regulations that have been framed by Uttar Pradesh government and the time limitation. So the first line that you said was that for the security purposes it should be implemented. So sir, that reflects that what you think as a individual, because even if you continue to speak for half an hour justifying that the women should be given time to speak, etc., etc., it will not matter. What you have said in the first go, that will be considered as an answer. उसके बाद तुम चाहे बोलते रहो कि सरकार की गलती है, लोगों की गलती है, सोसाइटी की गलती है, पेट्रियार्की है, कोई चीज मैटर नहीं करेगी क्योंकि पहली लाइन में आपने अपना जवाब दे दिया कि इट शुड बी इंप्लीमेंटेड. ठीक है सचिन? तो क्योंकि आप ये रिप्रेजेंट करता है कि सोसाइटल माइंडसेट में आप भी एक हिस्सा हैं. आप समझे मेरी बात? ठीक है, तो इन चीजों को अवॉइड करना है आपने. राइट. सो थैंक यू एंड मूविंग ऑन टू दीपक सर.
All right, Sachin, see, the things which sir has pointed out, that is a general observation from the whole panel. You are giving long answers, so that's not the requirement. You should be very specific with your answer. As sir said, take some time and then reply or then answer that specific question, because in that way, you are making so many mistakes. You are giving so many wrong answers also. So if you are not sure with the answer, don't give it. Or ask for permission for guess. Okay, that will be the good way to answer the things. Or otherwise, simply say that you will read on that. Or as of now, you are not aware. You missed it. You can use these phases. It will help you. Okay, and we haven't revised the APFO syllabus yet. What's the reason for that? Because I don't think you have much time. You only have a week.
Yes, sir. I will revise, sir.
ठीक है, अभी क्या करना है, मैं आपको अभी एक हफ्ते में क्या कर सकते हैं उस पर फोकस करते हैं. गो थ्रू द EPFO वेबसाइट.
Yes, sir.
As sir asked you various questions with respect to the mission and their vision and all. Okay, so they are all given on the website. And if you have gone through some transcript, they are asking these kind of questions also. Okay, so you need to work on that. And simply guesswork nahi karna hai. If you don't have the answers, just ask the panel for permission to guess, or without permission to bilkul bhi nahi karna hai. Okay, and we don't have a good answer for why you are pursuing B.Ed now. ठीक है, और ऐसा कोई you don't have a very big gap years, so I would say that you should not mention it at all. ठीक है, because it's totally different from your academic background. ठीक है, so it will be better if you don't use. And the thing which sir said with respect to your flow of the language or your fluency, I will suggest that you should have some set answers. ठीक है, make some basic prepare some basic questions and accordingly your answers, that will help you. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Sachin, let me start with the positives. You are well dressed. You seem to be a very confident young man. So my only issue with your entire interview was your lack of knowledge with respect to EPFO, your lack of knowledge with respect to the role that you are preparing for, or your role you are aspiring to have. That is the only point of concern. And other things that Anuj sir has pointed out, Deepak sir has pointed out, all of those are some points which you will have to work on. As Deepak sir already explained, there are a few things that you can do at this point. Make some good notes out of the website of EPFO. There is a citizen charter, which is in the transcripts. We have seen that many questions have been asked from there also. You can go through that citizen charter, go through the entire, PDF, 13, 14 pages, make notes out of them. These are some basic questions that will be asked, practical questions, right? So we all have a lot of theoretical knowledge, but they want to now understand whether you are, prepared for the job or not. So everything has to be covered. So it will not be enough only if you have read the labor laws. You should know the practical challenges of the job as well. So spend some time on those things. I think I don't see I don't see a big challenge why you cannot clear this interview, but there are some things which I think in next 7 days you can work on them, and I don't see a problem in your interview. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Sachin, you have any question?
Sir, my was the glasses is a little bit bright. Can I change or continue with this?
That's up to you. That's not that big concern. And we will suggest that you should shave at least.
Yes, sir. I will say.
And if you can change the glass. If they are broken and it is visible to the other person, you should change it.
Okay.
Right.
Sir, my tie is okay.
Bilkul. It's fine.
All right. Sachin, see, the things has already been pointed out. एक last चीज बोलूंगा, that is current affairs. आपने current affairs भी cover up नहीं किया है. So work on your current affairs. ठीक है. So you should cover the current affairs plus go through the editorials, because they will be asking the analytical questions.
Okay.
Okay. That's the only side on which you need to work. Otherwise, you are well prepared.
Thank you, sir.
All the best,
Okay.
Sachin.
Thank you so much. Best of luck from our
I
side.
hope you crack it. All the best.
Okay, sir. Thank you.